Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and I'm going to read today on Don McGahn. I had a viewer question, Jewel South, wanted to know if I could please do a reading on him. So I thought, why not dive into his karma? She says, we all know that he's a lapdog for Trump. Yep. His fellow imprudent Republicans are having a ball doing all their crimes out in the open. So why is he hiding? He might be a little smarter than the average bear. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to drop the camera down and get started. Okay, so just to recap a little on Don McGahn. He's part of the Federalist Society. He's a long-standing member. He was Twitler's White House counsel until he resigned in 2018. I think it was in 2019, Jerry Nadler and his, the House Judiciary Committee, they sued to force him to testify because they were, concerned that he was withholding information from Mueller's investigation. And then so he was ordered to comply, I guess, with the subpoenas. But then it went to an appeals court and they issued a stay, so he didn't have to testify. And then just recently, it went to, I think it was in February of this year. And this is April 2nd, 2021. But I'm sorry, it was in February of last year, so a whole year ago. It went to a federal appeals court, and they let him go. They said that he didn't have to, that it had gone past the statute or statutory limit, something like that, and he didn't have to appear. So there's that. So, knowing all of that, let's look at his karma. Let's look at his karma. Even though he got off, looks like he got off, let's see what's coming down the line for him. So currently, forces in motion in his life. Okay. His challenges. Yeah, of course. Let's do 2 cards here for what he's been planning and doing. So actions. Let's look at actions and plans. Actions and plans. So actions and plans. Oh man. Okay. And then let's look at his karma. Look at his karma from the past. Distinction there, from the past. Okay. And let's look at his karma that's hanging over him up here. 2 cards. Okay. And 2 cards for his professional future. And 2 cards for his personal future. Okay. All right. So make sure there's room there. Let's keep these kind of separate here. There we go. Okay, so, well, he's not doing well financially right now. That's all I have to say about that. His challenge is the place he got his money in the past. The place where he has received support is the best thing I'm going to say about that, I guess. And then his actions in the past, actions and plans, he wants to blow shit up, man. And his actions is he's betrayed, so he's flipped. I don't know who has gotten to him, but he's betrayed whoever these big money donors were, and that's probably why he's out in the cold right now, because I think he's refused to do what they want to keep going. So I'm really curious as to, I probably have to do a separate reading on that and maybe use the Lenormand. I'm wondering why he actually resigned. Maybe you guys know, and you can just drop it in the comments. The only thing I remember about the guy is him sitting behind different people who were giving testimony at the Mueller investigation, and him sitting back there and with his wife or girlfriend, whoever the long dark-haired gal was, and she was sitting there giving a white power sign across her arm. I saw that. And she held it there for a long time. Like, it's too weird to do something, like to do this and hold this on your arm upside down for too long, that white power, whatever bullshit. Sorry, I'm a little riled. Ugh. Nothing bothers me more than racism. So, his karma from the past has been because he was ruthless and he would just go after anybody that he felt emotionally driven by. So to me, these two cards here spell emotional reaction. And so he has karma over that. What's hanging down over him, this could be a card of success, but it could also be something just moving really quickly. I don't see it as coming from a centered place because we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And of course, she's all about being really foolish with money, which is hanging over this issue here with not having money. This is a dependent person. So there could be a woman, and it could be that dark-haired woman that did the white power sign, is dependent on him, but he's out of money. And his biggest challenge is to get money from the people that gave him money in the past, or to keep his wealth going, and it's not happening. So I think something's going to move quickly. With this Chariot, it feels like he's trying to control the situation. Not necessarily coming from his centered place of, his inner power, but he's trying to control, and maybe this woman to keep her in his life. This is really interesting. I think it's more just about his determination, his willpower, There's what's hanging over him is there's some type of progress, but there's all this dependency. So he's probably trying to be like the big man with money, but he doesn't have money anymore. Something's gone wrong financially. Now, over here professionally, the King of Cups is my Biden card. His professional future could be that Biden has people working, well, this could be Merrick Garland working under Biden. That blows the cover on cheaters. This is a card of cheating. When the Three of Cups is reversed, it's a card of cheating. So, yeah, I think he's going to be exposed. And then personally, with the Five of Swords, it's going to, mirror his deepest inner conflict of him thinking he needs money in order to have what he wants in life, and he's just one of those idiots that needs to learn that it's not about the money. And so there's a defeat here. I think that's just the most simple way to put it. There's failure. And, he's tried to, well, he has had, in the past, he has had, a win, if you could call it a win, by getting away from, all the inquiries against him, the subpoena and everything else for obstructing information from the Mueller report, the Mueller investigation. So he might think he's won that, but not really. And personally, on a personal level, this is a card of actually, well, being cruel, but also being a big old coward. Not really not taking your self-responsibility and facing life. So, of course you want to beat everybody else up. He's managed to do that. And then also with this Two of Swords reversed, here's our answers here together, just these two cards here. And then, of course, the cheating card. This is duplicity and giving out information that, because straight up, it's like you're holding information in and trying to make a fair and balanced and unbiased decision, make the best decision. It's actually Moon in Libra. So you're trying to, make a fair, an equitable, a choice based in truth. Well, when it's reversed, he didn't care about that. And he already betrayed somebody, back over here. And so this is him in his lack of what Trump required, and especially required, the reason he fired James Comey was because of his lack of loyalty. That's what mob bosses do. They require loyalty no matter what. So personally, I think he has no one left because I think he's flipped. I think he's flipped and he's blown it all up. This is a card about big, big change and, some heads are going to roll type of thing. So I don't know what information he gave up. Let me drop the camera down and let's use the, well, I might try the Lenormand and the Kipper. We'll see. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I decided to use both. So short answer for Jewel with your question about what is he hiding. Let's see. What's he hiding? What is it that he gave up? Because he's, I think he's hiding, honestly, on just the most logical level. I think he's hiding because he had a near miss. And I think he's been associated with some dark money, like, the Federalist Society and who knows what other organization, the Koch brothers and there's just one brother left at this point. But anyway, I think that what's happened is that he's been trying to stay low because he's had a near miss in his own life. So let's see, because with the tarot, it looked like he flipped. We had 3 cards to show that he flipped. So let's see what information did he have, and what is he? Well, let's see if he shared it. Let's see what comes through. Yeah, yeah, he definitely revealed something, and let's see what it is. I'm wondering too, like what made him resign in 2018? Because that's what that's probably what he flipped on. And why he wouldn't testify. It had to have been something withheld from the Mueller investigation, of course. What's he been hiding, and what did he actually reveal? Because he flipped. I'm sure he's flipped. So whether or not he came out and had to do it, and that makes sense as to why he didn't have to do it, and why the federal the federal appeals court. Like first it was one appellate court, and then it was a federal appeals court where they both dismissed it. So that would only happen, that type of a deal, I think, makes sense to me. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I think a deal like that would only happen if you gave up the goods. And maybe it was for his own physical safety. So the theme we have here is he did something to get him out of a very tangled situation, which could be seen as a selfish move, but he had to. And then, again, here's the emotional reaction. I think he got really scared. He revealed the darkness that had always been going on. This is Trump, the predator, the bloviating, blowhard, just hot bag of air. That's Trump. He revealed Trump, and he buried him somehow. So I think the shit's going to hit the fan. I mean, Trump has so many lawsuits raining down on him right now. So it's all, I'm sure it's all a big part of it. It's something's going to get him. If it's not one thing, it's going to be the other, if not several things. And there's a summer, what's her last name? Servo? Something, I forget her last name, but that can go forward now if she wants to press charges again. But anyway, so back to Don McGahn. I digress. He revealed Trump's he revealed the way Trump broke everything apart in the White House. He revealed Trump's bad reputation, selfish reputation. Yeah. He broke everything apart. He revealed all the ways that Trump broke things in the government. He revealed the darkness and maybe even something that moves across the land, because we have this crossroads and we have the locomotion here, and that has to do with goods and services and products and things like that across the land. Interesting. So, and this has to do with transactions that happened in the White House. Many financial transactions that happened in the White House. So this is telling me why he resigned as well. He was trying to protect his own reputation because of these financial transactions. You know, Trump just broke everything. And yeah, he wanted to get out from under that painful situation at the White House, because, you know, you can't be somebody's, counsel and not be implicated. So he saw what was coming down the line way ahead of time. This was in 2018. And it only got worse and worse and worse. So he was, by 2018, he had made it through the whole Mueller probe, and he didn't want to keep going. So maybe this is him just trying to hurry and get the hell out of Dodge because he cared. He's cared too much about himself, I suppose. Let's see, what is this? And this little Cupid here, I don't, what that, oh, it's his, it was an impulsive decision. Yeah, this goes with that, remember that Ace of Cups that was reversed? It was an impulsive, it was a conflict, and he impulsively left, to protect himself. Because, Smarty cared more about himself than Trump. Good on him for that. But this is the reason he's hiding. Okay, so he's hiding to protect himself. So let's look at his future. What's coming down the pike for you, Mr. McGahn? Yep, there's court. poverty. That goes with that Five of Pentacles. And something's going to end, and he's not going to like it, but it might take a couple of years, and he could even have health issues. Maybe a heart issue, because with that heart card, there's investigation about his work with the, about his work with Trump, and maybe other work that he did, and money, yeah. Okay, so let's get these up in frame here. I'll dive in a little bit more, and then we'll be done. But I think we're seeing the end of Don McGahn, even though he's hiding now. He's hiding out. He probably doesn't have the money to even protect himself legally, which I think is what he's trying to do. And of course, that's why he would have flipped. So they got to him. You know, Jerry Nadler's been kind of quiet about it too, but yeah, they got to him, so it doesn't matter. So he has a painful ending that will most likely land him restricted somehow. Even if it's not locked up, it could be house arrest or something. Something's coming down the pike for him, because this is all about his future. Starts off with court. So of course this is, you know, charges coming down on him. And, you know, the process of going through court and the investigation. This is the card of the investigation. And he has poverty around it because he's not going to be able to legally support himself. And the court, the decree or whatever is coming down on him is going to lead to his imprisonment. And that, in turn, is going to lead to his bad health. Even though if it's a white-collar crime and all that, he's not going to do well with it. It could take a couple of years to get to that place where he's working in prison. Working in prison. Because, you know, even in those white-collar lockups, you got to work every day. Yeah, it's going to take quite some time. The fortune card is completely the good fortune, if you could call it good fortune. I mean, or great fortune, is completely mitigated. Well, it could, at the best, it could bring in some self-awareness for him, and especially in relationship with his marriage or girlfriend or whoever that gal was that stood by his side with her little white power sign. That is ending. That relationship won't last because we've got this illness up here, and because of all of these cards here. I mean, imprisonment touching great fortune isn't, unless he's locked up. Maybe he's locked up for about 2 years, and then he gets out. And then he still has health issues, and his marriage, I don't know. Well, we'll see how that goes. Who cares? I could care less about that. But anyway, here's what I'm more concerned with. This is really important here, this poverty card and the court card. And the bad health, court will bring in health issues. The poverty is going to go on for a long time because he doesn't have the money to defend himself, and I think that's what gets him locked up. Yeah, and the investigation may even touch all of his business partnerships, because this doesn't have to be a marriage card. These are business partnerships too. That's what this card's all about. Okay, well, that's all I've got on Don McGahn. Thank you, Jewel. It's a great question. Okay, bye.